If you're tired of working the same job day after day after day, making the same trip, going to the same grocery stores, doing the same things on Friday night, Saturday, and even Sunday, well, you're not alone. Because millions of Americans, as of right now, are changing the way that they normally do things. They're not doing the same job. They're taking on some odd jobs. They're trying to get ahead because they are not happy. Now, if you're wondering, well, what do I do? Well, we're going to go over an article right now that discusses what people are doing in order to be happier and live a more meaningful life. Just look at this. It says 20,000 or 20K pay cuts, lower titles, odd jobs. Workers are making big trade-offs to find meaningful work in today's market. Now, I was searching for something like this, and not because I don't find what I do meaningful. It's because I've been receiving a lot of messages from people just like you that are saying that what they are doing, they don't find any value in it. They used to work for X and Y company and they were a great company, but they've gotten rid of a lot of their benefits. They are just trying to sell crap to the American people. Their service is just a lower quality service than what it used to be. It's the same thing over and over. Well, I want to read a little bit of this article. This article is from CNBC, but look at this right here, okay? It says, workers are shifting their priorities in an uncertain economy. I told you this before. It's a terrible time to change what you are doing, but it's a great time to change your goals for the future. I want to read this to you. It says, as it turns out, in today's challenging job market, finding meaningful work is becoming a luxury not everyone can afford. It says, most workers say it's important to them that they do meaningful work in their jobs, according to a July survey of over 1,200 adults. It says, respondents define meaningful work on a personal level, as in one that allows them balance and flexibility, followed by external factors like making a social or environmental impact and helping others. The key here allows them balance and flexibility. Okay, that's the big one. What do we mean? Well, for most people, they want to see there's a balance between work and life. There's flexibility with when they can take time off. There's flexibility as to where they're going to work that specific day or how many hours they can work. Many companies right now are doing something very interesting. They have a flexible schedule, meaning you can come in at, let's say, noon, and you can work your 7 or 8 hours, and you just work until 7 or 8 o'clock. Or you can come in at 8 in the morning, and you can work X amount of hours, but certain days you have to be there at specific times because you may have a meeting. Now, I want to keep reading this to you, though. Look at this right here. It says, a majority, 62% of respondents from the user testing survey say they're somewhat or very optimistic about their job search. About 23% are pessimistic. Roughly 1 in 4 job seekers say they're experiencing burnout or mental issues on the search, and 16% say ageism is an obstacle. We have seen a lot of people right now changing their jobs, changing their positions. And I said this before, it's not a great time to do it because trying to find the next job is going to be rather difficult. Even though we see all the different reports saying that there's millions of open positions, there may be, but we are not seeing the employers at this time ready to hire. And it's all because they're waiting. They're all on the sideline waiting to determine what our tariff's going to look like. Are we going to see interest rates get cut? That's a big one. Is there going to be any outside threat to their company? We don't know. But again, I bring this up because most Americans right now are just trying to find happiness, a meaning, and a purpose with their life. So, here's why I bring this up. Just like this article saying, 20K pay cuts, lower titles, and even odd jobs. Workers are making big trade-offs. A friend of mine, I was talking to him just recently, his son just turned 18 years old, and his son decided that he wanted to trade off working a full-time position. He just turned 18, also graduated, and he didn't want to go to college. He just wanted to work. He worked all summer long. Well, when I was talking to my friend, he was saying that just recently his son decided he does not want to work at the company that he was with. That company, he was starting not on the ground floor, but he had a decent start. Okay, let's say that. So he was doing extremely well, probably positioned himself within the next few years to have more of a managerial position, and could really grow from there. He decided that's not what he wanted. He decided he only wants to work at that, it's a firm, but he only wants to work there for probably another year or two, but he only wants to work part-time. Okay. He wants to do that part-time and wants to do something else part-time. The other thing that he wants to do is more in line with his end goal. Okay? He likes personal training. He wants to do that part-time as well, and that's what he sees his future being. It's going to be a major pay cut, but again, that's something that he wants to do. He finds more meaning in that, and that right there makes him happy. Also, I have a friend of mine who recently was demoted. Okay, he was demoted. Now, again, I bring this up because we're talking about odd jobs, lower titles, and pay cuts. I have a lot of people that have written to me saying that they've received a pay cut. But a friend of mine, he got demoted, not because it was the CEO's choice or an executive's choice, it was his choice. He decided he didn't want to do that position. Why? Because he was tired of the endless phone calls. He was tired of working late on a holiday or the day before a holiday. He was tired of being called in on a weekend. He had to work every single Sunday. Every single Sunday he had to work because he had to make phone calls for the following week. It's crazy. I remember I used to do that as well. And it was absolutely insane. Hated it going into work Sunday about 3 o'clock when everyone's sitting there trying to watch football or whatever. And I'm making phone calls to line up different deals for the next week. I just couldn't do it. Only did it for a little while and I was done. But this is why it's important. Right now, trying to find meaning in the job that you're doing could be difficult. Could be extremely difficult. Here's what I told my friend that decided not to pretty much demote himself. This is why I told my friend that his son, again, was in a great position. He decided he only wants to do that part-time. Okay, 18 years old. I told him, let him do it. Okay, let him do it. But here's my advice. If you're trying to find meaning in what you're doing, this is what I'd recommend. Take what the work that you're doing now, and you don't have to take less hours. Don't do that because, again, you'll be paying yourself less. Work the same amount, put in more time, let's say 5 to 15 hours a week doing what you want to do next. Okay, maybe it's a personal trainer. Great. Go do that. Go and train people. And then as you get some money coming in and you start to build a reputation and a business, then you start taking away from your main income. So instead of 40 hours a week, maybe you only work 35. The other 5 hours go to your personal training. Now instead of 5 to 15, you're doing 10 to 20 hours. Perfect. Then after a couple months doing that, you decide, okay, 35 hours in my main job is great, but I'm going to scale back. Maybe you only work in 30 hours. So you take the other 5 hours a week and you put it towards your personal training or your next job, your odd jobs, your passion. And now instead of working 15 or 5 to 15 hours, now you're working, 15 to 30 hours? That's much better. Now you're kind of in that middle ground where you have meaning in your life, but at the same time, you still have your main income and salary. So just want to leave you with that because I know a lot of people have been asking, what do we do? We're not happy. We are just not happy with our current position. What should we do? Should I just quit my job and go find something else? No, you shouldn't. What you should do is keep your job. Find something else. Put a lot of effort, put a lot of time into the new thing. And once that starts making some money, then you can transition. But again, it's a tough economy that we're in right now. Quitting your job and just going to find something else, who says the grass is greener on that other side? So we'll see what happens. But again, that's what we know as of today. So thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.